Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk. My name is Karl Karufel, and I am joined alongside this week with Bubba Duke. Lots of stuff happening and going on in the world of Mighty Joe right now, and that's something that we will talk about and discuss at a later time. But for now, just know that I am still here with a guest, and please know that as you see this logo pop up there, Turnbuckle Talk is not going anywhere. Everything is good, but we will explain at a later time. We have a really jam-packed type of show for you today, as we always do, and this one we have called it, it's all in the fine print. That's exactly what it is, and you'll understand a little bit later why we have called it that, but Bubba Duke, thank you so much for coming on, hopping in, and joining me here for this broadcast. What's going on with you, and what's new, my friend?
Just lots of things going on here at the Boar's Nest lately. Thank you to Turnbuckle Studios, getting me hooked up with some new gear, getting my studio together more, and being here with you.
It's always a good thing. Well, that's what I'm told anyways. If you guys did not see there, Bubba Duke is sporting the collar and elbow Wolfpack shirt, as well as he is sporting his collar and elbow hat. I am sporting my collar and elbow hat. Enough shameless plugging for collar and elbow. Let's talk about something that has come out very recently that came out with new episodes and something that we really kind of have to talk about. It is a little bit of a Debbie Downer, so we were going to start with that so that we don't end off this show as downers, but we're talking about Dark Side of the Ring, Plane Ride from Hell episode that had been broadcast very recently, and some stuff that has happened since then. It is very, very weird. Do you know anything about this and what's going on there?
Yeah, I actually caught the episode, that part of it. Didn't believe what happened. I had to actually go read it. I can't believe that really happened. Like, I can believe what happened as far as Mr. Flair's side of the story. But what that individual had said about it, that's the issue that people are having.
Okay. And that person that we're talking about is who?
Mr. Tommy Dreamer.
Yes, it definitely is. So I've got an article here, and I need to give thanks to Sean Reuter over at CagesideSeats.com. And he actually did a little write-up about this, and I'm going to take some a little bit of stuff from that and some quotes from that. As disturbing as that story is, and it's obviously still a traumatic memory for Miss Doyle, the one that was involved. Almost as disturbing as how accepted the behavior seems to have been. Saying that Vince and Linda were on this plane, Jim Ross, Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, Justin Credible were all interviewed for Dark Side of the Ring. and none deny that what Doyle says actually happened. Jim Ross, then head of talent relations, said that Flair should have been punished, but he wasn't because he was a made man. So now what people are seeing as the most upsetting take from this is actually coming from Tommy Dreamer. And I'm going to read through what Tommy Dreamer said. It's only a couple of paragraphs here. He says, he's just flaunting, styling and profiling like the Ric Flair stuff, where everyone's going to laugh about it. Obviously, someone took offense to it. I feel this is trying to portray someone as a sexual predator, and it's not. It's a joke. It's a gag. And today, 1000% inappropriate. My hairstyle is inappropriate right now. I am somehow offending somebody right now with my double ponytail. How dare you have double ponytails? And my answer is, I'm 50 years old. I'm happy I have hair. But if you're asking me, I've hung out with Ric Flair. I've never seen him try to force his will against anybody. And if that's how she, meaning Doyle, felt, maybe she shouldn't have taken a payout and went to the fullest extent of the law and then put this heinous person in jail. My opinion. So fallout from those comments from Mr. Tommy Dreamer has been that Impact Wrestling put out a statement as well. It says, we are aware of Mr. Loughlin's or Tommy Dreamer's comments on Dark Side of the Ring. The views expressed by him in the interview are completely unacceptable. We can confirm Mr. Loughlin or Tommy Dreamer was suspended this morning with immediate effect pending further action, as well as his future on Sirius XM's Busted Open Radio is in question after those comments. Takes us to kind of what we're looking at right now. This Dark Side of the Ring episode seems to have turned out to be an episode from hell for Tommy Dreamer. Do you see any way that he will be coming back from this, or is this now Tommy Dreamer is done and goodbye?
Oh God, I hate to say this because I grew up a Tommy Dreamer guy. I did the backyard wrestling, was Tommy Dreamer basically.
Sure.
But I think he's done.
Yeah.
You need to pack your bag, bud, and just lay low for a couple years. And if someone says, hey, come on back, let's, the crap wave has passed. You can redeem yourself now. Come on back. But I don't see that happening. I don't think anyone's going to touch this with 1,000-foot pole because they don't want to be wrapped up in it.
Right? No, definitely this is something that you do not want to be wrapped up in. That's why we decided to kind of cover it, because it is kind of pretty pertinent to professional wrestling and what's happening. But we don't want to dwell on it either because, well, we like to look at the positives and the good things within professional wrestling, and that's how we kind of want to leave it. I don't know if any of you are following us on our social media, but please do over at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TB Talk Pod, and leave us your comments on this as well. If you are watching this video, I see that there is a ton of people watching this right now. If you are part of those people that are watching this right now, feel free to leave your comments as well. We absolutely love the interaction from our fans and supporters. So please comment along and talk with us as we go through these discussions. This one here, I think we're gonna kind of leave this one the way it is, where it is, and be done with it for now. And unfortunately, it appears as though Tommy Dreamer may be done with professional wrestling.
Unfortunately,
we'll just have to play it out and wait and see. Talking about things that are done and over with, Matt Cardona has gone on record to say that he is done with death matches. So now this year, I think is probably a good thing. I love Matt Cardona. I loved the Zack Ryder character and everything that he did with that character as well. I was a huge fan of it. Loved it. But death matches really aren't my cup of tea. I will watch them, sure. Yeah, when something big is going to be happening, like I mean, we had that death match with Cardona that happened where he won the championship. Like I mean, sure, I'll watch that. Cool, sounds good, but I won't go out of my way to watch a death match per se. Bubba, what about you? What do you think of death matches? And do you think this is a good idea from Matt Cardona, or do you think that this is a bad idea?
Well, I like them. I'm kind of partial to them because that's kind of where I made my bread and butter was the death matches. But for Matt Cardona, yeah, he's too pretty. He's too pretty to be in death matches.
That's a good way to put it.
He to me, he is the quintessential baby face in wrestling. To me, he's got that charisma. He's got the looks. He's got the, literally he could walk into a building like Ric Flair back in the day and go, I want that girl. And he doesn't have to work too hard. He's a pretty good looking dude.
True.
But as far as quitting death matches, yeah, no, what do you have? Like 1 or 2 matches in death matches and like a one and done kind of thing.
Well, that were mainstream anyways.
Yeah. No,
right.
I don't see him as a death match kind of guy. I really don't.
You know what? And I don't either. And that's the biggest thing for me is that, I don't see him as that style when he wrestles. So I'm okay with it. I mean, definitely it's something that could help expand Matt Cardona a little bit further, but is it really needed and necessary at this point in his career, considering who he is, what he has done, and how he has done things, especially within the WWE when he made the whole internet championship and, was doing it like woo, 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 it. I mean, that blew up. I mean, it became a pop culture thing. People who didn't even understand or know what professional wrestling was were going woo, 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 it. Yep. Without even understanding where that came from. So, exactly. I mean, made right there. So definitely death matches, not needed, I think.
No, see, that just proves that the guy doesn't need death matches. He comes up with the internet title. He comes up with Zack Ryder gimmick. He's come up with so many different things to keep his character and himself relevant.
Yes.
You don't need death matches, bro. That's just, that's too over the line. Like I said, he's the quintessential babyface.
Right?
You don't need to do that, bud.
No, you definitely don't. And I'm, like I said, I'm happy that he's gone into that direction and that he tried it out and things went mainstream and that we were able to witness that and see him hold the Game Changer Wrestling Championship. Like that's fantastic because I think he's earned championships. He definitely has. Totally. And he has earned those spots with everything that he has done. Absolutely, he has. He's worked his way from the bottom to the top, and he's earned everything that he has been been given. Right? Like he doesn't deserve it, but he has earned it, and that's exactly how it is. So,
matter of putting the time in.
Well, yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, and how long has he put the time in? I mean, it's been 15, 20 years that he has been really working on it. Right. So, yeah, he put the time in, he put the effort in, he immersed himself not only into the character of Zack Ryder, but he immersed himself into the world of professional wrestling as well as the world of promotion and self-promoting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic, everything that he's done. But again, like I said, I love seeing him do a couple of death matches. Like that was fantastic. And it only helped elevate him a little bit more and bring him a little bit more into the mainstream of, those who maybe didn't know, because it is a pretty niche thing, right? So, I mean, death matches, you got the hardcore death match fans that a lot of them, that's all that they want to see. That's all that they want to do. That's all that they want to visualize and witness. So they won't see the other product like the WWE because it's too watered down for their liking, right?
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm glad he's not doing it no more. Sad at the same time because he was good at it. Like you said, he put his whole being into what he was doing and he didn't oh, take a little bump and take one little light bulb across the back, and that was it. No, this dude went into it, gave it his all, and he gets props from me for even trying it, because it's a scary ordeal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I call it a death match for a reason. But
they definitely do.
I agree. He did his thing. He proved that he could do it. Move on. Find something else, buddy.
Perfect. Snug 67, thank you so much for stopping by. We don't see you, but nice to read the comment from you and to have you here with us. Absolutely fantastic. As you see in the ticker below, thank you to all of our amazing fans and supporters, because without you guys, we would be talking to absolutely nobody, and that would just kind of suck, right? Thankfully, we have an amazing community of people, whether it is from our things with Turnbuckle Studios or whether it is with Love Wrestling. The professional wrestling community itself is absolutely amazing, and they're always giving absolutely 110% all the time to this sport. Yes, I am calling it a sport. Now, we talked about Matt Cardona and him being done with death matches. And he only did a very few mainstream death matches. I'm looking at something here that's going to have a lot of matches that are going to be happening. And we're talking All Elite Wrestling. AEW is doing a kind of big shows, big things happening this week, coming up on Wednesday and on Friday. Now, normally, for those of you that don't know, All Elite Wrestling, their Wednesday program, Dynamite, is a 2-hour show. They do another show on Fridays called Rampage, and Rampage is a 1-hour show. Now they've expanded that, for this week at least, to a 2-hour show. Bubba Duke, do you feel that this is a good thing considering what's happening and what's going on with all of these different matches? Or do you feel that maybe they should just stick with the 1 hour?
Regular programming, 1 hour. When they do special events like this to get a little more people involved, dude, 2 hours it. Because 1 hour won't do it, because you want to have these big matches.
Okay.
Cool. Just don't do it all the time.
Sure.
Like do every other month or every 3 months, do a big event like this where you have the two shows basically being one show, but they're split between the 2 days so that you can get the proper matches in there. Like CM Punk and all these guys that they want. Cool. That's awesome. That's great. I love it. But for regular viewing, 1 hour max, because guys like myself, I have ADHD really bad. Like my attention span is like a squirrel with a peanut, man. Like where did I bury it,
Right.
But AEW does put on a good product where I could sit down and watch it for the 2 hours and not even feel like it's 2 hours for a special event.
Okay. And that's because of just special event, or do you feel that is because of programming?
Now you got me there. I like the idea of the special event, but at the same time, AEW is rocking their programming.
Okay.
Yeah, they're rocking it right now.
Yeah, you know what? I would have to agree. They definitely are rocking it. Everything seems to be great when it comes to that. I'm just taking a look at things here. Classic Match Classroom. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for coming by. Absolutely appreciate that. Absolutely amazing. While I look up a little bit of information here, WWE Today on Raw main event, the New Day, Big E versus the Usos and Roman Reigns, the best match. Sean McDade in Glasgow, Scotland. Sean, thank you so much for that. We have not gotten to that section of our programming yet, but we will mark that down as Sean's match of the week.
Good pick,
awesome. and all the way from Glasgow. That is absolutely fantastic. We love everybody, no matter where you are from. And come on in, talk with us, comment with us, and that's always the best thing to do. So I'm just taking a look.
Shout out to the Rangers of Glasgow for Sean there.
There you go. So what is the date today? Today is the 20th, which means that we are going to be the 22nd is going to be AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. So just to give you guys a little bit of a preview here, this Wednesday we are going to have Dr. Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho for the women's championship. We're going to have FTR versus Sting and Darby Allin. Cody Rhodes and Malachi Black in a singles matchup. MJF taking on Brian Pillman Jr. A live interview going to be happening with CM Punk. And we're going to be seeing a singles matchup. Kenny Omega with Don Callis, obviously, taking on Bryan Danielson. And that is what is going on in the first day of the Dynamite Grand Slam, as they're calling it here.
That is pay-per-view quality right there, people. I don't care what anybody says. That is pay-per-view quality matches right there.
Definitely it is. And I tried finding some information on what was going to be happening on the Rampage, but I'm not able to find that for some reason.
CM Punk is going to be on that one. First time on live TV in 7 years.
That makes absolutely no sense.
On TV. On like a TV show, not a pay-per-view.
Like wrestling?
Like wrestling.
You mean?
Yeah, wrestling. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say he's being shown on TV every week. What the hell?
I left that little bit out, eh? The important information.
Yeah, the important stuff you left out there. Let me take a look here. AEW Rampage. Let's see if we can find this information here.
Yeah, that's all I remember is that it's going to be first time in the ring, on TV, wrestling in 7 years.
Okay.
Stoked.
I mean, definitely. Yeah. I mean, why? Of course you would be. Of course. I mean, it's CM Punk, right? Yeah, I'm not able to find anything for this, so I'm not even going to worry too much about it. But Dynamite, there, amazing stuff going on there. Rampage, they're going to continue it, and they're giving us 2 hours. I think it's too much, to be honest. If they're going to continue on with 2 hours, I don't think that it's a good thing. I would rather see them only do a 1 hour broadcast on the Friday because it's the weekend. Everyone's starting to get into their, weekend mode. And do they really want, and are you really going to have people sitting down watching an entire 2 hours? Classic Match Classroom, thank you so much for this. Telling us Rampage is going to be Punk versus Hobbs, Suzuki Gun versus Moxley and Kingston, Jericho and Hager versus Scorpio and Ethan Page, the Hardy Family Office versus the Lucha Bros, and he did remember Santino and Ortiz. So absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And I mean, of course, that's going to look like an amazing, it looks on paper, it looks like an amazing show as well, but
yeah,
I really want that they only stick with 1 hour because it's been working really well for them so far. They're giving us, like 3 really good matches and a, backstage interview type of thing, an exclusive interview or whatever. And it's been working because, like you said, for those that have a shorter attention span, it's been keeping them interested and invested, right?
Yeah. Again, if they're not doing this 2 hour thing all the time, which please guys don't, because I don't, please. I think it'll kill people, like I said, their attention span and their appreciation of your product. Well, I'm not saying it's going to drop, but some people are going to lose their attention and just be like, well, you're getting the first hour. After that, I'm going drinking because it is Friday night.
Right.
Or I'm going to camp or I'm going whatever later. And that's I don't want to see that happen to them because they have a good product. They have good cards. Like you just seen this one. That's epic.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it definitely is. We'll put it back up there again here just for everybody to see one more time. So Rampage, the 2-hour show, is going to be Punk versus Hobbs, Suzuki-gun versus Moxley and Kingston, Jericho and Hager versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, the Hardy Family Office versus the Lucha Brothers, and another tag team I can't remember, which happens to be Santina and Ortiz. And then, damn.
Yep. Yeah, there's the one I'm looking forward to. Right
Cole
there.
and the Young Bucks versus Christian and Jurassic Express. Classic match classroom coming through for us. Thank you so much. I didn't even expect us to really be talking about the matches and what was going to be happening. I just kind of was like, yeah. Oh yeah, this program, that's what happens. It doesn't matter. We can take this program in absolutely any direction that we want to, because why? We love wrestling. And it's our program. So that's what we do. We go with it how we want to. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, even including, again, Cole and the Young Bucks versus Christian and Jurassic Express. Now, okay, so now we're going to get to a point here. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matchups that are going to be happening. 6 or 7 on
7.
Rampage. Is 2 hours enough time for that amount of matches on a card?
Yeah, because one of the matches are going to be pretty quick, squash match kind of deal, right? So, which is going to be unjust to anyone you try to put in that match, really.
I mean, it definitely could be, but I mean, Punk versus Hobbs, right? Like that's you're going to need a little bit of time for that one there. Suzuki-gun versus Moxley and Kingston. Okay, so now we've really built up everything that's been happening. With New Japan stars, right? And then Murder Grandpa coming in. And, sets everything up for this. Are we really only going to give this 5 minutes?
You can't.
Right?
Right? You can't. Okay, I don't know very much about New Japan. Okay, I'll admit but what I do remember from before, Mr. Suzuki, I lost my mind when his music hit and he came out. I lost it. Completely lost it.
I'm sure. As a lot of people did. 100% a lot of people would have. Let's take a look there. Jericho and Hager, Jake Hager versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. You know what? Maybe a little bit of time for that one. Maybe not. I mean, depending, right? You could go either way with that one. The Hardy Family Office versus the Lucha Brothers versus Santina
and Ortiz?
No, Santana and Ortiz. I don't know why I'm tripping over that name today. Santana and Ortiz. So now we've got 3 tag teams. Again, something like this one is going to go a little bit longer because what happens, we all know in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, everybody gets all of their stuff in. Everything gets done inside of these matchups. So, I mean, that one as well is going to Santana and Ortiz. Yes, they are going to definitely make sure that everything gets put in there, along with the Lucha Brothers and along with the Hardy Family Office. Right? And then Adam Cole, baby, and the Young Bucks taking on Christian and Jurassic Express. Are we going to give that one 5 minutes as well?
You can't.
Right?
You can't.
Plus commercial breaks in there.
That's the bummer part.
I'm sure they're going to be doing an interview with somebody at some point in there.
You got your bits, your promos, you're talking garbage for 2 seconds that they do.
Right.
Which is good. I love AEW for that.
And especially with this day with Rampage, because if you notice, there are no women's matches. There are no women involved right now. So how do you get them involved? Let's do something backstage with them. So then you're going to take up 5-10 minutes doing something with that backstage as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something's got to happen that day with the women backstage. There has to. With what they're doing right now in AEW with their women, if you keep them out of this, you're doing them a disservice.
Either way we slice it, no matter what, this is going to be an absolutely amazing show. It definitely will be. Bubba Duke, I know that you just read this question. Let's just take from those matches that have already been announced. What would you make the main event of Rampage?
The Young Bucks and Cole, it would have to be your main event because Cole just came back. He came back from the dead, so to speak.
Right.
And Chris Jericho is the I want to call him Captain Charisma, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah,
okay.
Christian.
I loved the Captain Charisma, like the guy has it.
Yeah.
And Jurassic Express, those titles should be on those guys.
No, I think the Lucha Brothers are doing good holding those championships right now.
Don't get me wrong. The Lucha Bros are doing their job and doing their job well because they are an amazing tag team. I'm a Jurassic Express guy. I've liked them from day one. They blew my mind.
Hey, no, nothing wrong with that. I think that I would make that one the co-main event. That matchup there for me, a main event for this show, I think should be Suzuki-gun versus Moxley and Kingston. Don't have them at the beginning. Don't have them like to start the second hour or anything like that. That should be the main event. Why not showcase the New Japan stars and keep that relationship going so that we can include and bring in more New Japan professional wrestlers to work with AEW in North America. And again, our friends over at Classic Match Classroom coming through for us again. There is a women's match on that card, Anna Jay versus Penelope Ford. Yes, I completely forgot about that one too. Just adding more and more and more and more and more.
Now, being that there's only one women's match, do you put them close to the end of the show?
I would have them start the second hour.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I could deal with that.
And yes, Classic Match Classroom here saying the Suzuki-gun match is actually a lights out match. So he doesn't know if that means that it has to be in the last slot. I don't think necessarily that it would have to be in the last slot as a lights out match. You could figure something out and work your way around it if need be, but I personally would put that matchup as the main event of that show. That's just me though. I'm no booker. Not anymore anyways.
What do we know?
What do we know? I know a lot. I've been around. I have been around. I definitely have been. Now, I'm so glad that we were able to find out and talk about women's matches here as well, because that is going to take us to the Pro Wrestling Illustrated. And they just came out with a top 500 once again. The PWI top 500 came out, and it got me thinking. Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that professional wrestling seems to be a male-dominated sport. It definitely is. It always has been, and it still is today. But, my God, man, there is so much amazing female talent, not just in North America, but around this damn globe, that I think it's about time that we make ourselves a PWI top 200 women's list. What do you think? What do you think about that? Should we raise it from 100 that it is currently to 200, or do you feel that 100 is perfectly fine?
No. And I'll one up you even. I'll take this a step further. Not only move it up to the 200, but put it in its own episode, like its own magazine. And
Oh, it is.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought they did the men and the women together.
No.
Well, then, yeah, definitely 2, 3. Why can't you get 3?
I don't know.
Why can't you? There's
You
enough
might be
women
able to.
wrestling.
Very true.
I stand by the saying that I think Joe said. I know you have. It's not women's wrestling. It's not men's wrestling. It's professional wrestling. So here we'll go the one step. Instead of just giving them 1, why don't you include them in with the men? Because some of them are better than some of the men.
Right? Hey, that totally opens it up as well. A whole different viewpoint coming here from Bubba Duke on this. Why do we, in still today's time, why are we separating them, men and women? I think we should still keep it that way, but do another special episode, another special magazine that is going to include both. So we've got then the top 500 professional wrestlers in the world.
See,
not just men, not just women, but a beautiful mix of both, and rank them as professional wrestlers. Wow, what a freaking novel idea. That is great.
Let's hope for it. Why couldn't they do it? Why can't they do 1 for the men, 1 for the women, and then professional wrestling together, all of them, where they rank all together? I don't see why they can't do it. It's out there, people.
It definitely is here. 100% it's out there. And I mean, it's something that has been going on for a while as well, right? Like we're always talking about the equality within professional wrestling, and that it is, like it's professional wrestling now. Like it shouldn't just be, women's professional wrestling or men's professional wrestling. It's professional wrestling. Classic Match Classroom coming in here as well, again, saying that they think they saw a few women in the PWI 500, like Trish Adora and Masha Slamovic. I'm seeing if I can find it here, and see if those names are on there. Let's see if we can.
It would be cool if they were. I've never seen it, so.
Well, we all know that Kenny Omega took the top spot, which is pretty cool. I'm okay with that. I'm trying to see if I can find the actual full list here. It's hard to do that sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Because they want you to go and buy the magazine, right? And I mean, for myself, I will be going to buy the magazine. I always do. I always pick up the PWI 500 and the PWI 100 list when it comes out. I love looking through and being able to read through all the different names and go, hey, I know that person. I know that person. I know that person. Oh, I know that person as well. Right. So, I mean, always lots of people that I know, included within that list, which is fantastic. Full list can be found here. Let me click here for a moment. Okay. So, because of the computer, we can do this real nicely. Let's Control F, and let's go Masha Slamovic at number 420 on that list. So and then let's try
Trish
Adora.
Adora. Sorry.
At number 44
Wow,
on the
she's way up
list.
there.
Right?
Good for her. You know what? Good for her
That's-
for being on that list.
Holy jumping. You know what's terrible, though?
No,
I don't know who Trish Adora is.
got me, bro.
Right? Like, that's terrible of me. And I hate that I even have to say that.
Damn. Yeah, it happens. Though.
Yeah.
You can't know everybody for every business, for every, you know what I mean? But again, this is why they need to do this, men and women in one, as pro wrestlers, so that people that don't go out and get the one for the women because they're like, well, it's just women's wrestling, whatever.
Yes.
Well, now they'll see, listen, as a professional wrestler, this woman ranks 44th out of whatever many wrestlers they're going to do, 1,000 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's incredible. So who is she? Let's go look her up. Let's go see a match. Let's do some research on this lady. And maybe, well, next week she might be on your match of the week because you went and watched some matches and you're like, listen, I know this girl now. And here, listen, you want to go see a match? Here it is.
Right. So Classic Match Classroom says they aren't sure what the criteria was on that. I got the criteria right here. The criteria for ranking are as follows: in-ring achievement, win-loss record, championships and tournaments won, influence, visibility, and prestige within a promotion and or the industry, technical ability, the quality of maneuvers, matches, and ring psychology, competition, success against the most varied and high quality opponents, and activity, a minimum of 10 matches total or 6 matches in separate months. So that's the criteria. I need to find some Trish Adora, and
you and me both.
Yeah, I definitely do. Thank you so much again, Sean, coming in as well. Sean McDade saying Matt Hardy versus Orange Cassidy, best matchup. And Sean Spears versus Darby Allin as well, talking best match from Sean McDade in Glasgow. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for chiming in with that. And then here, World Championship on the line, main event, Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. That it's going to be a banger of a matchup. It definitely is. It's going to be fantastic. That's going to be great to see, and I'm happy that we're getting that.
I thought that was not for the title. From what I understood, that wasn't for the title. That's just a one-on-one.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Just to see who's
better,
best, right? Yeah. As of right now, anyways. Right, because you and I discussed that, and we're sitting there going, no. Yeah. As amazing as Bryan Danielson is, should he be really going for that championship right now? Maybe not. And then it said, this isn't about the belt. This is about who's better. So, yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to make sure I heard what I heard correctly. That's all.
I am definitely 100% sure that you did hear that correctly. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. We come to the point of this program where, you know what, we like to take a little bit of a commercial break so that we can grab a drink, so that we can do what we need to do. But please stick with us as we come back. We're going to be talking about our match of the week, breaking news, and then bringing you our Showstopper segment. Thank you very much again, and stay tuned.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow. the wrestling brand.
The dictionary defines hero as a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Being a hero in life is far more than words printed on a page. It takes an unwavering code, a compass that points true north, always. And in times like these, it takes sacrifice. Hero shouldn't be a word defined by a dictionary. It's a word that should be defined by the best of us. Hero has a new definition.
Hi, my name's Barry Radcliffe. You might recognize me from such films as The Longest Ride or Dead 2. Now, as a successful actor, I have 2 planes, a supermodel wife, countless exotic cars, and a ton of cash. You might think it couldn't get any better than this, but you'd be wrong. For only $4.99, you can get OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. That's OVWWrestlingNetwork.com for only $4.99. Now, will your life be as good as this? No. Will it be better? Yes, and I guarantee that. That's not valid anywhere. OVWWrestlingNetwork.com is only $4.99. Tomorrow's yesterday is today. Prices so low, they're insane. Want more bang for your buck? Well, so do I at OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99 a month. In between excitement, me too. OVWWrestlingNetwork.com is only $4.99 a month. You get that incredible value. She cost me $17 million and I loved it. Want a real value? OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99. That's a price so low. Well, it's insane.
Thank you for sticking with us here as we go through those commercial breaks. And as you saw there, Mr. Al Snow, our good friend over at collarandelbowbrand.com. We are proud to say absolutely every time that we do this broadcast that we, Turnbuckle Talk, was the first sponsored podcast from Collar and Elbow Brand, and we've got a deal for you. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com. And anything that you purchase there, whether it is brand new merchandise or clearanced merchandise, you can save yourself 10% off when you use the promo code JK Podcast. Recently, we had people go there and make purchases, and I will admit that a little bit of that does come back to us. That helps fund StreamYard, Podbean, absolutely everything that is needed for us to continue to bring you these podcasts and video casts. So thank you so much to everyone that has gone and made purchases there. We come to a point in our program that lots of people like and always seems to have different views, and we are going to talk about our match of the week. This is a fun one because no matter if it is something that happened this past week or something that you have just seen or watched over this past week, we love to talk about what our favorite match has been. Bubba Duke, as guest on the program, please let me know what your match of the week that you saw is.
Hands down. And I can't believe I'm saying this. It's from WWE. My man from the New Day, Big E, winning that title. Oh my God.
That amazing run in, cashing in that money in the bank contract and picking up the win.
I was losing my mind. I've been wanting Big E to win something significant, not just the Intercontinental title, not just the US title, not just the tag team. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. That's good to put on your resume. But when you could put that big boy on your resume, I won the title of titles.
Right? Winning the biggest prize in the game from the conglomerate known as WWE is the biggest achievement that you can make inside of that company. That's amazing.
I was pretty happy. And there was some like little memes and stuff that he had put out, thanking a certain individual, Mr. Brody Lee, for all the encouragement and all the good words and telling him he can do it. I seen that one with Brody Lee standing in the ring, Big E holding the title, just saying, you done it. You done it, brother. And it touched my heart, because I've been a Big E fan since the NXT days.
Sure.
I seen something about this man that he's going places. And he finally got there. I'm so proud of him. So Big E, if you're watching, 2 thumbs up, brother. You did it. You did it.
And I am so glad that he used that contract to actually win a championship and not just use it to get the Langston name back, as he had joked about doing.
Right.
My match of the week is coming from Impact Wrestling, and we are looking at the X Division Championship match that happened between Josh Alexander and Chris Sabin. What can I say? Josh Alexander, I mean, an amazing Canadian. Yes, we're Canadian, so we like to praise the Canadians as well. An amazing Canadian going out there, having the X Division Championship, defeating Chris Sabin, retaining that X Division Championship. But the big thing coming from that, as we move into October and into the next pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling, option C has been invoked, which means that Josh Alexander will be relinquishing the X Division Championship to face Christian Cage for the Impact Championship. I'm super happy with that. I'm super stoked about that. 2 Canadians main eventing Impact Wrestling, a Canadian company, for their biggest prize. Absolutely fantastic. I'm stoked about that.
When is this? Because I'm ordering it.
I believe it's October 15th.
Okay. I'm getting it. Just for that match alone, I'm going to get the pay-per-view.
Right? I mean, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you at all.
When have you ever gotten a pay-per-view with, I'm going to say it, Captain Charisma on it, and it sucked? When? I can't remember.
No.
I'm proud. No. 2 Canadians going for the biggest title within Impact Wrestling. Good job, Impact. Good job.
It definitely is good job. So, I mean, that's my match of the week with a little bit of, I guess, breaking news put in there. But, yeah, we've gone through our matches of the week. Now we're going to talk about a little bit of breaking news is what we are going to talk about. So, Bubba, I'll let you go first because I know that you 100% have something that you want to talk about. So you take it away. You take the floor with this one for a few moments. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means more to me than a lot of these people will understand. As some people know, a young lady within wrestling had taken her life. Miss Daphne. She had some issues. She took her life, unfortunately, and my heart goes out to her family. Bringing it back to our sponsor here on the show, Collar and Elbow, has released a t-shirt for Miss Daphne. And it says all the proceeds will go to the CTE Foundation at Boston University. Now, so you buy this t-shirt, it's actually on sale right now for $24.99. I have it up here on my phone. It is a very beautiful shirt with her picture on it, and it's purple and black. But even if it was at the full price of $30, which they have stroked out because it's on sale because they want to sell as many as they can, don't blame them.
Right.
but all those proceeds go to help other people so that this situation does not happen again. And I think that's a good thing that Colorado has once again, as they've done previous times, and I have an example right here beside me of Mr. Brody Lee Forever. It is a t-shirt that I am going to go out of my way to purchase just to help other people not have to go through what she went through. Yeah, it's close to my heart for something like that. That's very close. So I appreciate, again, Colorado. You guys have stepped it up again, proven why you're the wrestling brand and why I buy your product. So that's my breaking news. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Not a problem, and I'm glad that you were able to find that and kind of have that little bit of interest, I guess you could say, in that as well. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to see if I can actually find it here. We will see, so that we can actually show everybody. You said that it's a product that is on sale right now.
Yes.
Do you know what page it was on?
I knew you were going to ask that.
I thought you were going to show it. So
yeah, I'm going to right here. It's on the very front page. I don't know if my phone will let you be able to see that. Oh, there you go.
Kind of. I got it here. Perfect.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to show it better than just my phone.
Yeah, I'll actually just share the screen and share the share it with everybody so that they can see here.
Yeah.
Let's share that.
There we go. Perfect.
There. So that is the shirt itself that is available for Daphne, the wonderful Scream Queen.
It actually has her date of birth and the year she passed away.
Yes.
It is very classy, very well done. Like I said, I am looking to purchase it myself the next time I have some money to purchase stuff from Colorado. It's the top of my list right now.
And as you can see there, it is $24.99. Absolutely fantastic. And it says that we've worked with Daphne's family to make this memorial shirt. And as Bubba Duke said there, all the proceeds going to the CTE Foundation at the Boston University. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic there.
Yep.
And I'm happy that they continue to do that because that's something that they've been doing for a while now. The Brody Lee shirt that they have done as well. They've done an animal shirt, Shad Gaspar as well. They did one for him. So absolutely fantastic.
It definitely makes them stand out as an elite company in my eyes to do stuff like this, because a lot of places don't do that. They just sorry, we'll give you a little donation, but to say we're making a shirt and every penny we get for that shirt is going to this.
Yep.
So this doesn't happen again.
It's an amazing memorialization for these fallen stars. It definitely is.
It is.
So my little bit of breaking news here, just coming out a couple of hours ago, actually, in an interview on today's on a Wrestle Talk podcast, Ricky Starks has confirmed that he is now a permanent member of the AEW Rampage commentary team. He made his debut this past Friday alongside Excalibur, Taz, and Chris Jericho. There's no confirmation that it was a permanent change, but it appears as though now it is a permanent change and that he will be replacing Mark Henry on commentary. So, yeah, I mean, what do you think about that? So they kind of bring in Mark Henry to do some commentary work, and now they're replacing him. What do you think?
That's weird. But at the same time, maybe Mark Henry found something else he was better at.
Okay.
Because he did have fun doing commentary. Don't get me wrong. He said he was having fun, but maybe it just wasn't his cup of tea. And doing these behind the curtain interviews like he's been doing, maybe he's enjoying that a lot more. And suggested maybe it was his idea. We don't know. All I can say is hopefully he's found something else he likes to do within that company where we could still see the guy, because I like Mark Henry. He's a pretty funny guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's got some talent with the mic. He always has. So I wish him the best of luck. Hopefully he's found something. Hopefully we're gonna see him still. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, do the behind the stage interviews for now, if that's what you like to do, and have fun with it.
Sounds good. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. We'll just have to sit back, wait, and see what happens with Mark Henry. He has been doing amazing with those backstage, the 3 screen, that they've been doing as well there. So, yeah, I'm okay with it. And Ricky Starks is absolutely amazing on that microphone. He has been from independents coming through to the NWA and now into AEW. So it's good. It's good. I'm happy with it. So now is the time that we come to the part of the program that absolutely everybody seems to love. And this week, this one here was actually coming from a few people had sent me some stuff about this, and we kind of discussed this a little bit, and even Mighty Joe was one of the first ones to kind of bring this to me as well. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to get to our Showstopper segment. So our Showstopper segment this week is taking us to a revisit of a topic that we've had before and that we've discussed, but I don't think that you have ever been on here, Bubba Duke, when we have discussed this. So what we're talking about is contracts within the professional wrestling business and the workers as independent contractors. And is there any reason why they should not be allowed to do other things while contracted with a company? So that's kind of what the discussion is today. I'm going to kind of go first on this one a little bit here and say that I think that within the world of professional wrestling, yes, I understand that you have signed contracts. And if those contracts say you cannot do Twitch, you cannot do Cameo, you cannot do anything outside of what they are allowing for you to do, and you signed that contract, that's on you. 100% that's on you. But if you have signed a deal with a company and the company has not specified within that contract that you cannot go and work for another company, or that you cannot do these extracurricular things like Twitch to make money, to have a monetized YouTube channel or anything like that, that's where a little bit of difference comes in. Because if it's not specified within the contract, then I feel that they should be able to go ahead and do what they have to do to make extra money for themselves, as everybody 100% wants to do, right? I mean, everybody wants to make more money. So if they have the availability to do that and nothing in their contract says they can't, there we go. So now you have actually done a little bit of work as an independent contractor, if you're aware of it or not. But I know that you had worked security for a while.
Yep.
And having a security license is you're in pretty much an independent contractor is what that is. So you have the option to go wherever you want. Keeping that in mind and thinking about these situations as well, give me your thoughts and talk about this a little bit while I take a quick drink of my non-sponsored Dr. Pepper.
Yes, please enjoy that nice drink of Dr. Pepper, by the way. One of my favorites. But yes, as far as these contracts go, like the title of the show says, did you read the fine print of your contract? Because if you didn't, and you go and try to do this, we'll say podcasting, or like you said, Twitch to make a little bit of extra money, and you get slapped on the wrist for that, well, dude, you should have read your fine print before you signed. Like, why would you not? If you have to take out the telescope that they look at Mars with to read your fine print, you do that. Don't sign stuff till you know 100% what you're signing people. Because if you want to make some extra money, don't sign with the conglomerate. Because they're the biggest ones right now that are saying no Twitch, no YouTube, no blah, blah, blah. So there goes a program that I liked watching, which was Up, Up, Down, Down.
Right.
Gone. Dude, you know how many times I interacted with the New Day on and gamed? Saying, listen, I'm in the same game you're playing, but we might not be on the same server, but hey, I'm having fun. What kind of, what kind of game are you doing? Like what, gone out the window. I think it was great that Matt Cardona left WWE when he did, because they would have shut him down. Because where did he come up with this title? The internet. Where did he come up with a lot of his product? The internet. Yeah. Hey guys, would you like if I did? Yeah, okay, we'd love you to do that. Let's and I'm gonna go do it.
Right.
It's too big a thing in our culture right now to not be on here, to not be promoting yourself, to like, if I had to sign a contract and they said no YouTube, I would ask them, okay, well, here, let's be a little more specific with this. Can I do YouTube as long as it pertains to my character and what I'm doing within the company? Say, doing promos, talking smack about somebody. Can I do that as long as it's pertained to my character?
Sure.
Okay.
But again, is it in the contract?
That's the fine print. That's where you got to negotiate your contract, people.
Right.
If you want to still do your YouTube, be like, okay, but listen, I'll keep it to my character only. I'll talk some smack on there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you got to read that fine print. Get the telescope out there, let's read this stuff, because you can end up being like the New Day, have this great big following, and then have to shut it down.
A lot of the contractors, a lot of the workers had to shut stuff down because of that. And I mean, a few of them have seen significant decline in things for themselves after having to do so. And it's, I mean, it totally sucks.
How do you sell product?
Again, that's for the WWE to do, I guess. The WWE is the one that's supposed to be selling the merchandise. Right?
I know when I was doing my thing, it was up to me to sell my merchandise. If I didn't put the effort in, I didn't make money. And if I didn't make money, the company didn't make money. And guess what? You didn't get booked.
Right? Yeah.
Again,
but I mean, again, that's independent wrestling as well. That's not a company that has billions to do whatever they have to with, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, that's the difference.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different and difficult thing to be able to talk about. And I mean, it's hard because really it boils down to that fine print. Like we've said, it really comes down to making sure that you understand your contracts. And if you're not happy with the contract, write it out and then leave. And then go and do what you want to do and go and do what you need to do. And I mean, will the WWE be harmed from that? No, they definitely will not be, because, well, they've always got somebody that wants to come up and step up and, kind of take that spot. 100% they're going to have that. Oh, yeah. They've always got people at the Performance Center that are, making their way up and becoming the best that they can be to try to become that big star. So they've got the people to be able to do it. So if you're not happy with where you are in the situation that you're in, go ahead and leave. That's
write out your contract, do what you got to do, be the monkey, dance. And as soon as your contract is coming for renewal, don't renew it, go somewhere else.
That's right.
Go to New Japan, go to ROH, we got so many options for you now to be the wrestler you want to be. Just leave.
Right. That's it. Bubba Duke, thank you so much for coming on to the broadcast today here. It's always fun to have you on the show and see you here with me. Please, I give you the open forum and floor to tell people about you and where they can find you.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to find me on Facebook under The Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. That's my group. I podcast, video cast on there as much as I can. I have a YouTube. It's the same thing, YouTube/user/Bubba Duke. And you can find my product now, thank you to Turnbuckle Studios, on the Turnbuckle Studios webpage, which is YouTube/user/Karl Karufel. I did do a show. I have to redo a new one now, but that's okay. I'm going to have some good guests, and we're going to talk everything and anything. And if you guys have an idea for a product, please leave a message, hit me up on Facebook, on the YouTubes, and we can talk from wrestling to boxing to whatever, kitchen cooking. What's the best product to cook? Like, I cover everything here in the Boar's Nest, and on the rare occasion, I'll have a guest.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Bubba Duke. We are going to put this overlay up here just for a moment so that we can make sure that we cover absolutely everybody as well. We have talked about collarandelbowbrand.com, and as you see there up at the top corner, we are a sponsored podcast from them. Again, use that promo code JK Podcast. You're going to get yourself 10% off your entire purchase. Down at the bottom left-hand corner, FNXFit.com. If you're looking for health supplements and workout gear, go check out FNXFit.com. While you're there, you can use promo code TBTalkPod and save yourself 15% off that entire purchase. We have been a longtime friends with the people over at the Hitting the Marks podcast network, and so happy and thankful that they continue to bring you the audio show to their platform for everyone to listen to, as well as our friends over at IndiePW.com as well. An amazing group of people at both places over at IndiePW and at the HTM Podcast Network. Great guys, great girls, great everybody who all have a passion for what we do. Thank you so much to StreamYard for giving us this platform to be able to bring you this in video format. That's right, video format is absolutely amazing. And last but certainly not least, lovewrestling.ca. Everyone over at Love Wrestling has been absolutely fantastic and amazing, and has even helped and stepped up where needed with the little bit of stuff that's been happening with Mighty Joe lately. We wish Mighty Joe the absolute best, and hope that everything works out in his favor with these issues that happen. But we will talk about that at a later time. If you're looking for interviews, articles, video casts, podcasts, all about professional wrestling, go visit lovewrestling.ca. Amazing people over there as well, and I'm so thankful to be a part of that network. With all of that said, I want to say thank you once again to our amazing fans and supporters for everything that they continue to do for us and all the amazing comments and interaction that we have with everyone. Remember, you can find us here at Turnbuckle Talk at TB Talk Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For Bubba Duke and myself, thank you for watching.